Depression, or major depressive disorder, is a common mental illness found in humans, especially adults. In the philosophical view, it is one of the fundamental states of emotions exhibited by a conscious being. According to the World Health Organization, 3.8% of the worldwide population are affected by depression. Concurrently, the number of suicidal deaths due to depression increases over time, which caught the world's attention. Survey is an effective method to get more information about depression from the crowd in the society. Respondents can be executed easily, as the survey can be done at any time and anywhere. The more their views and opinions we get, the higher our level of understanding towards depression. These can help us, and also them, to recognize the presence and the level of depression in themselves or anyone in their surroundings. The public will also keep an eye on depression, which is a global crisis.
Google Form is very user-friendly. People can easily navigate, access, and create questions with many options available. For example, we can create SAQ, MCQ, and essay questions on the form. Google Form is also very convenient for researchers to analyze the data collected because the system will automatically help to summarize the results into charts and graphs.
Good afternoon, my name is Emmanuel. Now I'll bring you the eye on the news on Monday, 23rd January 2023. A survey has been conducted on people who have and have not been diagnosed with depression, in which most of them are female and adolescents. They are mostly Malaysians, and some are from Singapore, China, Indonesia, and Maldives. Here are the charts showing the answers to the questions stated in the survey. Based on the results collected, we can find out that almost all of them are familiar with the term depression through the internet. So what we need to be concerned about here is majority of the responders has experienced depression or knew someone who suffers from depression. This has shown that depression has become a common issue in society. Now let's look at how they solve the problem. According to the chart, they prefer to seek help from friends, family, and partners. Also, they have a moderate level of confidence to deal with depression. Furthermore, most respondents have clarified that their lives will be affected by depression. And more than half of the respondents said that they are able to tell whether someone is depressed or not just by starting a conversation. Here's the answers about the possible ways to cope with depression issues. Based on the chart, most of the respondents believe that education about depression can help them be better prepared when encountering a depressed person. Besides that, half of the respondents believe that belief and hobby can help in reducing depression. On the part of depression factors, the most frequent answer given by the respondents are social factors such as socio-economic status and competitive environment. Lastly, most of the respondents have the same opinion on how to cope with depression, such as talking to someone you trust, seeking professional help, and being aware and conscious of personal conditions. Thanks for watching. On behalf of all of us at Channel 2, see you next time.
It is stated that the fall from the paradise of innocence was the fall into knowledge, which brings about the freedom of choice and uncertainty of understanding altogether. This means that depression existed together with consciousness throughout evolution. Besides, the uncertainty in choices and the future also engenders freedom of choice and the responsibility of not knowing. These give rise to confusion, awareness of guilt, anxiety, and depression. So as long as the end is uncertain, it leads to the formation of a nihilistic philosophy of life, questioning the why and for what of human existence. The Eastern philosophers relate depression with the flow of qi throughout the body, where the Western philosophers, on the other hand, believe that neurophysiological factors are the main cause of depression.
I used to be an acute depression patient a few years ago. At first, when I started receiving therapy treatment at a acute phase, I was given an adequate amount of doses of antidepressant and psychotherapy, which helped me to reduce the severity of depression symptoms by 50% to 75%. After that, I went into continuation phase for around 6 months to stabilize remission. And fortunately, I was able to escape from any acute depression symptoms without relapsing. And in the following 6 months, I was in the maintenance phase, which is a phase that aims for recovery and to prevent recurrence of depression symptoms by discontinuing treatment.
Therapy is one of the treatment options to treat depression, including cognitive behavioral therapy, which helps patients to cope with it by recognizing negative thoughts. Psychodynamic therapy, where the therapist works with the patient to recall past events that have led to problems and change them outside the person's awareness. And interpersonal therapy, where patients are taught to evaluate interactions for improving the way they relate to others and solve problems. On the contrary, consuming herbal formulas is the Eastern way of treating depression. Sweating, emesis, and diarrhea are also methods used to smoothen the flow of qi and relieve the symptoms of depression. There are several possible factors of depression, ranging from biological to psychological and sociological. Brain chemistry is one of the biological causes of depression. This happens when there is a chemical imbalance in the brain that regulates mood, thoughts, sleep, hunger, and behavior. Whereas in psychological theory, depression is caused by cognitive and behavioral factors that regulates mood. When people have negative experiences in the past, they develop biased ideas about themselves, others, and the world around them, which can lead to psychological distress. Meanwhile, sociology also has an influential role to play in explaining depression. It illustrates how it is a mental illness that deals with social expectations, self-perception, and beliefs. In terms of psychology and sociology, stress is the most common factor of depression among students and workers nowadays. It can be brought from the death of a family member, a divorce, and loss of a job. When we are under stress for extended periods of time, it can influence our physical and emotional well-being. Sadness is an emotion related to depression, where it is closely linked to a loss of attachment, and depression results from the interaction of sadness and negative cognition. The common symptoms of depression include feelings of tearfulness, emptiness or hopelessness, reduced appetite or increased cravings for food, angry outbursts even over small matters, and sleep disturbances. Depression may be classified as mild, moderate, and severe based on the types of symptoms, severity, and frequency. Depression is a global mental health crisis that affects approximately 280 million people worldwide. However, the public's awareness is still lacking. Thus, research is carried out to remind people about the factors, symptoms, and treatments of depression, and increase awareness by disseminating the information through the internet. Of all those factors of depression, stress is the main and most common according to psychology and sociology. So let's play our roles in preventing depression from becoming more and more severe.